All right, we are live. Welcome back for the final episode of Ravnica, War of the Spark, Deniable Assets. There's probably some other stuff on the air that I can't remember. It's been a minute. How's everybody doing?
Woo, good.
Yeah.
All right. So, last time we
impressed.
left our players, you defeated a demon named Vargul that was actually a different demon.
Yes.
And crawled away from the War of the Spark, a siege on Ravnica of undead skeletons from another dimension. They're actually from Amonkhet. Bolos is behind it. This is not the concern of, what level are we? Like 11th level? 9th level adventurers? Ooh.
Yeah,
Oh.
you never let us level up. Well,
Should we be level?
probably.
No, we don't have time for that.
But the answer is yes, we should. But
Yeah, time off does not garner XP. Maybe it should. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Anyway,
Here for it.
just show up like a year later, all level 20.
just like literally at the start of the month, you level up your character regardless of however much time
I
you play.
like that. Yeah.
And then like you just do flashbacks or like imply
See,
that
that's
you
what
were
I'm telling
doing
you about
stuff.
the game where everyone's at level 20, but the only reward is loot.
Alright, game where you start at level 20 and then you lose a level.
Yes.
It's
That's
a
Benjamin Button
Benjamin
RPG.
Button RPG. You're like an old man and
Yes.
everyone's afraid of you, but you secretly are a level 1 dude.
Oh my god.
Okay, focus up. So, the party escaped from the opening salvos of the War of the Spark by taking refuge underground with the Golgari. An hour passes, the sound of war does not cease. 2 hours pass, there's reports of undead in the tunnels, but it seems like you guys are going to be okay to, like, sleep. Is there anything you guys want to do with your downtime, or just like to like immediately crash from the extreme exertion of the last
Pretty much
12 hours?
I
or
mean,
so?
yeah, probably that, so we recover our spell slots. and
So
everything.
over the last day, the party fought the Gruul, and then undead skeletons, the Immortals, and then they fought Neheb and won, and then they fought a demon in one day. So they're a little tired. We're gonna do a full rest. You can regain all of your spell slots, hit points, abilities, whatnot.
All 2 spells back.
Weeds. I don't even have any magic.
I would say, yeah, it really only matters. Well,
just
that
big
and
and
hit
strong.
points. And hit points. You get hit points
Yeah.
back.
And somehow, eventually, you manage to sleep, even though you can still hear fighting happening.
KO.
Wake up.
Alana, you are awakened by a voice in your ear, which you recognize as the sending spell. It's Krieg's voice, and he sounds more tired than you've ever heard him.
Good.
He says, "Hope you get this. War's over one way or another tonight. Orzovin Vault 13, District 1 will open for Steve. Good luck. Please don't die."
Is Steve still alive?
Yes, he's with you guys.
Not for
Is
long.
he still tied up?
Did you tie him up?
Did we have to
He's
tie
still
him up?
tied up.
No, we didn't have time up. He came with us willingly.
Oh.
Threatened
Vault
to tie him up.
13 of Precinct 1.
Yeah.
Conjure up some tentacles. and
I
keep
guess it's
him
time to
down.
go, yeah.
Yep.
I don't think at this point he's not running. Like, we've kept him alive this long, and he's not going to survive on his own, so he's just going with it.
Yeah, he's disheveled. He's an Azorius. The man we're referring to, Steve, he's an Azorius adjudicator. One of the possibly few or only remaining of his kind who can interface with the laws and ordinances of the Azorius Guild, which sort of like influence Ravnica in a lot of ways. Like, this is the place where you like are physically incapable of doing certain things because of mystical laws. So he's kind of important, but also kind of a dick. But right now he looks like everyone else in Ravnica, which is to say covered in soot, battle damage, a little discombobulated. He's got the 1,000-yard stare. Off in the distance, all around you is movement. The Golgari swarm looks like it's getting ready to do something.
Sweet.
What would you like to do?
I mean, is everyone awake now?
Yep, more or less.
Okay, cool.
We need to make our way
I'll make some breakfast.
to the vault.
So you take a one of the urns that is like in this little sconce in this catacomb you're in. When you find some wooden mugs on a tray below it, you pour out a couple of draughts of juice.
Ooh.
I was honestly
yeah.
expecting us for some reason or another to find like one of those giant eggs that you like break open. Like, I don't know why I was thinking that,
Like,
but this works too.
Half-formed basilisk.
Yeah,
comes out
just-
in the ooze. No, it
Is
is
there warm
juice.
on my juice somewhere? Is there like a fire?
You can start a fire.
Yes, I will start a fire.
Drink hot juice.
Do you have survival as
Oh.
a skill?
What is? Do I have survival as a skill? Of course I do.
You're a mastermind.
Of course I do not have survival as a skill. No, I have a -1 to it.
Earn juice.
So
I
you,
just-
you
Let's just drink it and get a better day.
let's just-
I'm gonna
I'm
tell
try to start
everyone.
a fire.
So
While
this
we're
is
all-
this is the juice that the Golgari produce.
Oh no!
It
I
is,
don't want that juice.
It's mostly an insect paste.
Freely available food for everyone in Ravnica, which is kind of wild. Like there's no,
But what's the deal with it?
but yeah,
It's
where does
stop.
it come from? Don't worry about it.
It's,
Don't worry.
exactly.
It's like bachelor chow. You don't want to know.
It's
Yeah.
definitely not.
It's
No, that's why I'm trying to warm it up.
Snowpiercer. Those little.
Or like
It's
Well,
it's definitely
Snowpiercer,
no.
Snowpiercer.
It's definitely
Little bricks.
Soylent. Let's be real.
Yeah,
It's
it's
definitely
definitely not
Soylent.
people.
It's Soylent Green of some kind,
It's definitely people.
like old,
It's
dead,
totally not
decayed.
people, but it's also totally not bugs at the same time.
Yeah.
So can I make a fire?
Delicious.
Uh,
Gruel.
did you
Yeah.
roll?
Oh, nat 20.
Holy shit!
Fast
For a
as-
19.
You thought it
Well,
was
He just like
Magic.
flays his blades and kicks up a spark, like boosh.
You're sitting there
First
like
strike.
you would not have bet on him being able to make a fire when he started, but damn, did he not make a fire really
With, like
quick?
wet leaves
so
and,
impressed.
and mushrooms.
Warm juice.
Thank you.
So you warm up some juice.
Yep.
I'm just gonna tell him like we need to get Steve to the precinct 1 to the 13th vault by tonight.
Not till I finish my juice.
We'll finish your juice and everyone
You can't
saddle
rush
up.
juice.
Fonz, she's gonna give you the I'm not
too
playing with you
fun,
look.
not
Both
too
of you gain 1
coarse.
inspiration.
I have
Yeah,
so
look.
much inspiration. I can re-roll.
I
like
make
I
positive
guarantee you,
rolls.
I'll be able to re-roll every roll I make this game.
You know.
Yep.
You were tracking.
Somebody's surviving.
Not too fine, not too coarse. It's all in the grind.
Anyway,
All right.
so we just have juice and we go.
No, I have warm juice. I don't know about the rest of you fucks, but
Well, I
have a
this
flask.
This is my kind of domain, so I guess
I'm
I
trying
can
to share. I'll share warm juice for a splash. of
direct
flask.
you because I'm not getting in the front. Fuck that noise.
I always have a flask
Direct you
All right.
which ways to go.
So you guys are gonna try and make your way to precinct 1
with Steve.
with Steve.
Alright.
So we're not gonna do like a series of fights because we don't have time for that.
Do we still have what's her face with us?
Steve?
No,
Oh.
the gladiator chick.
No.
Ah, damn it.
Samet is not around.
Ah, come on.
She just dipped out.
She's probably
at the
just
front line. She can't
Yeah.
be anywhere else.
She's a named
she's
character. She has
sleeping.
places to be.
She's out there fighting planeswalkers and gods and whatnot.
Yeah.
There's
not
only
with us.
one.
And doing well.
proud of her.
or is
So.
she?
She's not around. Can't find her. You guys gather your things and prepare to make the incredibly perilous journey to Precinct 1, the center of town, the where the Transguild Promenade is, also home of Vault 13, one of the more secure Orzhovian vaults. That apparently is still standing.
While we were above ground, did we get any kind of sense of where that gigantic portal opened up at? Like, was that just like a few hundred yards away, or is that like a specific part of town?
All right, so the party emerges into waning sunlight. You realize it actually hasn't been a full day yet. You're just able to crash and quickly recover. If we had access to licensed music, Rooster by Alice in Chains would be playing.
You're good. Continue.
The sky is blood red. It is full of flying hostile combatants, skyworms, angels, demons, flying skeletons. In the center, you can see some sort of epic conflict between a dragon and a bunch of like tiny figures.
That's where we should be.
No.
Please
Abandon
no.
this quest.
You'll definitely
Please,
die.
please no.
Abandon this quest.
Abandon
you have
Steve
fun
and
with
just
that.
go.
The format of getting from where you are to Vault 13 is going to be a skill challenge stolen from 4th edition of Dungeons and Dragons. I am going to require 9 successful rolls
Oh,
before
shit.
3 failures.
Okay.
If you get to 3 failures, you'll still get there, but one of you is not going to make it.
I would like to persuade our way through.
I want to persuade
No.
your way through.
I'm better at this than you are.
Okay.
+9?
I'm plus 10.
Ooh,
I'm-
I'm
I'm-
plus not good.
I'm plus 11
All right.
performance, so I'll just play through.
First challenge, persuasion. As the party is making its way through the rubble, you come around the corner to a full-on Rakdos ensemble. They're doing somewhere. It's like
At least
it's a
we
weird
know that.
combination
Yeah.
of blade dancing, but also they're serving sliced meat off of those big rotisseries.
Yes.
But then one of them's just like, "As I live and breathe, Fonz Al Ghul," and he pulls his knife out, and all of them sort of turn like just kind of excited to have an opportunity to stab somebody.
And then the rest of us are there.
Yeah. So what do you say to
I'm
them?
gonna try to convince them that I'm not Fonzo Ghoul. But Fonzo Ghoul's brother, Lonzo Ghoul.
Oh my god.
Do you say this?
Well, I got a 23. I got damn.
So, from your guys' point of view, he walks up. He's like, "I'm not Fonzo Ghoul. I'm his brother, Lonzo Ghoul."
And he no longer has the tattoos, so they might believe it.
You have scorch marks where there were used to be tattoos. You guys are like, that's not. Like, you can see through the lie, but he's still looking at him, and they all sort of turn. And then all of them look at the middle guy, and he sort of looks at you. Lon! You're like, wait, what?
Like he's just going with it.
Like, apparently this is some Rakdos thing where if you tell them a ridiculously outrageous lie, they just kind of have to roll with it, or maybe they're just doing it for fun. Either way.
Either way, cool.
So you guys sort of sail through
Do we
that
get to
area.
meet, though?
I don't know how I have a
You can eat the
+9
meat.
intimidation.
Do you
can
want
do.
to
Meet our family and let us meet you.
Ooh.
All right. So,
Well, that's my one roll for the day, guys.
Yeah.
got him. I actually need that guild die.
I guess I can do maybe. Well, I'll just instead of that, I'll just go survival.
I was gonna say, who do we encounter next?
So, as you come around the corner, there's actually a pitched battle happening. Well, it's actually the end of a pitched battle. There are a bunch of Orzovan knights who are putting down these skeletons by, like, stepping on their heads, hitting them with hammers. There's also a palanquin, like a gold one, being borne by undead who, even though they're zombies, are still like under the weight of this golden palanquin. And on top of it is a vampire with a spear who you recognize.
Oh shit!
The Blood Baron of Viscopa is just like,
I'm gonna.
you!
Is it our Baron?
Oh, shit.
Heartbroken.
He may or may not also have true sight.
The Blood Baron's an actual person.
I know.
Yeah,
I was really
he's a card.
disappointed.
I think I have
But yeah,
that
it's
card.
not our.
I miss our Baron. He was an asshole.
Oh, it's the same guy.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He really hates me because.
Can we interject on this?
Yeah, what would you like to do?
She's just
with
gonna.
us.
I mean, I'm Lonzo
What?
Ghoul. I don't know any of
Just
this.
Baron.
Just commit to being Lance.
Yeah, just give it to me, Lonzo Ghoul now.
See how far it goes.
Yeah. Hey, Lonzo Ghoul might be rich.
I got my hand on this thread. I'm just gonna pull it.
Yeah.
See where it goes.
Yeah, definitely. I don't even know what would this would
Did
be
I
a
have
good
a
one for
schizophrenic
this.
break, or am I playing this straight man? We'll never know.
So I'm gonna need a skill check of some description, but also clever use of spells or abilities can either make the roll easier or completely bypass it, depending on the situation.
Yeah, I was trying to think. I was like, I don't
Play
think.
music.
Yeah, but like to what end? Like I don't think I was.
I don't know, calm people down.
You get one
Do
free
I have
bamboozle
that?
per shenanigan.
Yeah,
if you
dude.
try to
I don't.
just-
Can
if
we
you try
make
to
an
just like
RPG that
play
has
violin and slide on by, it's not gonna work.
Bamboozles and
This way.
shenanigans as mechanics.
I was about to say, yeah, like I don't have.
intimidation somehow.
How?
I don't have anything that'll like calm him down. To be honest with you,
Okay. Cast lightning bolt.
I'm terrible.
I'm not gonna lightning bolt the Baron.
I can scare the shit
I
out
mean,
of
you're
people.
also a shambling
Well,
mold man.
what would be like? Hey, one free favor.
That'd be persuasion.
Oh,
Okay,
we-
yeah,
don't
so-
we still have
We
one
already
free
did
revive.
persuasion.
Yes.
So all of us are gonna make it no matter what. How many fails we get?
Yeah, but but that might not be the only time. But yeah, I'll do
Also,
persuasion.
yeah, deals like that are sort of predicated on a non-war environment, so we'll see.
Yeah, we could just bring it back to life afterwards.
16.
16. So you can see that he contemplates murdering you all.
Can I like quick like pretend hop over in front of Lon's over here and like have my hands behind my back like I'm his prisoner?
Sure.
'Cause since he's your friend.
To play
and
the
he
action.
knows
I don't
me.
know him.
I
I'm
like
Lance.
Well, she knows him.
It cuts both ways.
Yeah.
So you can see that he's contemplating murdering you all, and he's like, I do owe you a life. His cost 3. We're square. Get out of my sight.
And then, like as they leave, she'll be like, "Meet you for drinks later."
Of course, I'll meet you for drinks later.
Everybody.
Wait, is that that's who's your boyfriend or whatever?
No,
No,
no, no.
Lazov is her boyfriend.
I have
We used
no
to work
official
for the Baron.
boyfriend.
Yes.
I have no official
We actually
boyfriend,
worked for the
but
Baron,
Lazav
too.
is probably the
And then
closest
we
she'll ever
robbed him
get.
blind.
Yeah, the one with the changing.
I peed at his office in one scene.
Oh,
I
Is it
stole all of
robbery?
his gold.
If it's not, you didn't steal his gold. You destroyed his gold. Well, you distributed it in the
yeah.
Undercity. Is it robbery if
Seize
you
the means.
keep like you're just setting it on fire at that point?
Yeah.
You made it impossible for
I mean,
him to
it's still
have.
robbery. You still possess
It's
it
not about
illegally.
money. It's about sending a message.
Oh my
Anyway.
God.
I knew that was coming, but
Get
anyway.
away from me.
So we made it past the
Kind of
Baron.
you should have been.
So you guys are moving through a newly rubblified area of the city. It's very gruel already. There's many buildings pushed over. A lot. You guys notice a hoof print,
Hickory
like
head Mike.
a weirdly shaped hoof print, and it's like that big.
Oh no, it's the
Graham
god.
Mike.
No, it's the
the
god.
Graham Mike.
It's the god.
In the distance, you hear a sound that I can only approximate as.
Does it smell of hickory?
That was
Oh,
really
it's that boar
impressive.
thing
The
that we
ground
unleashed.
starts shaking a little bit.
Oh,
What would you
crap.
like to do?
Athletics.
Survival to try and hide away from it. Or, I mean, not trying to avoid its path.
I've
I
been
guess.
practicing. Did you like that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Like I just let it in too. Yeah.
All
It's very rehearsed.
right. So you can roll me an athletics check. To
Stealth?
Okay.
Alright, wait, hold on. What should I?
Just gonna fucking
By the way,
sprint
we're
out
up
of
to
here.
3 successes. No,
So
just
yeah,
2.
look
You
for
2.
your skills.
Yeah, this will be
Yeah,
the third
I know.
encounter.
So, yeah,
Yeah,
roll it
so
in here.
+9. Yeah, but no, I'm saying which one of my click clack math ones?
The 20.
The
There we go.
D20.
Thank you.
Oh,
Oh, that just hurts. Ah.
It should be plus,
Plus
like,
I'm +9 though.
So
Yeah.
14.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is a fail. Basically, you're able to, like, you see a building that is connected to a bunch of other buildings that you could get off the ground. You climb up there and you sort of look around and see like a big tree log that you could push down and make like a ladder for these kids. But as you're like sweating and groaning, the sound is coming closer and closer, and you guys just barely manage to like climb and scramble up. But it is one failure, as you feel like maybe this thing is on your trail.
oh, good.
I'm sorry. I tried.
We got 2 more failures. We're fine.
I mean, I can also, like, kind of help with something. Maybe getting us flying out of here.
I don't. Okay, wait. So we've got the. Hold on. Wait, I have.
We've
It's an animal, yes.
Yeah.
yeah, it's a boar.
I'm not that worried about it.
I have.
Yeah,
+5
we'll deal with it
animal.
later.
Exactly. We'll deal with it.
Right now, we're really just in a mad dash to get to the vault. So
Alright,
whatever
yeah.
catches up to us, we'll just deal with then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm all for running.
Okay. Sicarius. So in front of you now is a like you're making your way through this building, and then you find that there are 3 different paths you can go. Every single one of them has webbing across of it with like goop hanging off.
Don't
so
like
picture
that.
those like silk worms with their weird bioluminescence. Except for there's like charges of
I mean, bugs are my
arcane
people, but
energy moving through these
This
webs.
is why you're creepy. No one likes you.
We
Yeah.
can't.
I mean, I don't know
help
you
my
because
guild,
I'm
okay?
Lawns, but I feel like nobody likes you.
We can't stop here. It's
I'm
crisis
pretty
country.
sure my +5 charisma would disagree with you. But anyways, yeah. No, I was gonna roll a survival check.
What up,
try and-
Kristen?
To try and find our way through this.
Okay, roll me that survival check.
Oh no!
7.
13.
All right. 13 teen, not quite gonna do it. That's an additional fail. As you slightly like try to move your way through it, and you touch one and get zapped, and that
Ah.
the shock forces you to like, "Wah!" Like your arms and legs go out. You get stuck in a web.
Oh god.
It's nasty. People bust out.
Actually, I'm gonna burn my inspiration. Try and
Do it.
Redo that.
No!
Not even close.
Oh,
This is
Yeah.
what I
No,
would
that's-
do,
embarrassing.
Yep.
So he's essentially been tased. He's gonna be a little out of it for a little bit. You have to cut him free, and as you're doing that, the building you're in, you hear that sound again. That starts shaking. Like you can feel something moving around underneath the building and knocking out like support pillars. So you guys gotta like
We should
scramble
leave this
away.
building.
Yeah, let's run.
Or, hope that it falls on top of the boar and tases him too.
You feel like that's what the board wants. But anyway, Fonzo Ghoul, what are you doing?
Fleeing.
Okay,
Pretty sure
roll me
his
an
name's
athletics
Lawns.
check.
Oh yeah. Also, I'm
Lawns
Lawns.
Al Ghul.
Thank you. I don't know this Fawns, but I feel like he's a sweet guy. Athletics? Ooh, I'm gonna use inspiration on that. Well, that's slightly better. 11.
11, not gonna do it.
So that's our third failure.
Yep.
Great.
You have 3 minutes to pick a person, and then if you don't, I will pick for you.
Oh, well, I can die. Can I?
She's just like, I am dead.
Can I?
So
Hold on. Can I
savage.
have like a good?
This
can I
is
have a
like
good
this
death?
is like shoot one of your
Please don't
children,
just
or
crush
we'll
her.
shoot both of the
Can
children.
I? Can I at least like I don't know.
She
do
saves
something
all of us.
awesome?
Be like fighting the boar.
Sacrifice
I-
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Situation
Can I? Can
Yeah.
I? Yeah.
So I think what
She
happens
chooses
is,
to attack the boar.
You're trying to like parkour your way. These two are like sort of butt sliding across
I'm levitating.
a beam. You're levitating. You get to the safety of another building. Fawn's like his clip cloppy hooves
You mean Lawns?
go through the wood and he falls. You from your point of view, Lons, you fall, and then you can see like a gigantic hump with burning green eyes through the dust in the base of this building, and then you sort of have like a time stretch, light flash before your eyes. You become a Dimir agent. You infiltrate the Rakdos. You make a pact with a demon. You become a professional criminal. You end up killing that demon, and now you're going to get trampled to death by a boar. Then the 3-point landing of what was your character's name again?
Wow.
I'm sorry,
Janet.
It's only her second event.
that's
Like,
fair.
come on.
No. It's
Shortest, okay, not the shortest career I've ever seen,
The
but
critics are
pretty
going to
damn
be so
close.
Wait,
mad at us. Like,
superhero
you brought in
landing?
Janice for 2 episodes, then she died to save the main character.
Have they not?
Yeah, well, we jumped the shark already. So.
Yeah.
For sure. So Janice jumps down, does the 3-point landing,
Yes.
cinches you up with some rope. The other end of the rope is tied to a javelin. Throws it upstairs. Javelin hits a beam near you with a rope. You guys start pulling. You are lifted bodily out of the dust as a fight ensues. You guys have to flee.
Between Janice and the boar.
Yeah.
I was gonna use spare the dying on you.
It's-
Oh, it's okay.
It's a cantrip I get for being
Go,
Golgari.
Lons.
All right.
I did this for you.
Shut you fools.
I'm not really that good.
I believe.
I've only been in Ravnica for the last 5 minutes, so.
All right. So,
moving on.
you guys actually end up making it to the vault. There are a lot of hijinks and craziness. You guys get fairly close to the final battle. The shockwaves of arcane power and violence are audible from miles away. You find this vault. There's a moment where you all sort of like look at each other, and then Steve like touches it, and it clacks open. You're able to go inside.
Yes, we should get inside with much haste.
You get inside, close the vault, you wait
And now we live here.
like an hour. Then you hear outside that
Steve's the only one who could open it, so
Yeah.
we're
Horrible
perfectly
sound.
safe in here.
Are we?
you hear that horrible squealing sound again.
No.
Yeah,
The
again,
vault
we're
shakes.
safe in here.
Yeah, but we know that Janice did not make it out,
The vault shakes some more.
presumably.
I tried to. Oh, I thought I got.
Yeah, it's
Hey!
visibly bent, and then the door is just blown off of its hinges.
Oh shit.
As the boar is outside.
Literally
Can it
scream.
fit inside?
Yes.
Scurry screams
Oh, it
like a
can?
little girl.
This vault is the size of like a building. There are shelves inside. There's like a whole battlefield. There's difficult terrain that's made of gold, which I would draw if we had time, but we don't. But roll initiative.
Gold.
Oh, good. I feel like I just want to hurl gold at this thing.
Oh, come on. Can't roll double digits today.
16.
8.
4.
Okay.
All right, I'm going first. Lod's is way better.
All right, so it's gonna be the boar and then all y'all.
Yeah. Catches us. We get knocked prone. Let's just go with that.
Ilhard,
the-
the rage boar, charges a person at random. It's gonna charge you.
Damn.
Oh, thank God.
What's your armor class?
12.
Because you're in the middle. That's how he did that.
Okay.
What?
That'll be a 20 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Holy shit! It is plus 11.
Indeed.
Oh my god.
Oh, good. Where's that one?
All right. That'll be 15 damage, and you must make a Constitution save. Actually, strength.
I can see him, right?
Yes.
I'm going to take half damage instead.
Hiya!
So I'll take 8, and then I have to make a what save?
A strength save.
An 8.
Okay. You are knocked prone, and then at the end of the boar's turn, if it attacks, it produces a creature.
Okay.
Basically, it runs over you. You are able to roll out of the way of most of the damage. Like a slight nick from one of the hooves is where that 8 damage came from. Sparks of energy fly off of it that are red and green, and one of them is like a bolt of lightning, and it manifests a creature, a conclave dryad. Like these creatures are made of red energy and don't seem to be very stable, but they are creatures of Ravnica that is sort of manifesting as it runs around and destroys things. That creature is going to act at the end of the initiative. You're next.
I'm gonna. Oh, that's a really great question. I'm gonna shoot the dryad and then stab multiple times Illarg, the raised boar.
Okay, roll me some attack rolls.
So first, I gotta roll my attacks against the raised boar because it's another attack to shoot it out of the crossbow. So my first of 2 attacks. That's a miss. I ain't not even gonna bother. That is a 20, not natural.
Okay, on Ilharg.
Yep.
That's a hit. Roll damage.
Can I have 1d6?
Oh, yeah. That's probably what happened to my last one.
6, 10, 16, 18, 22.
22 damage. Got it.
And then my crossbow shot at the dryad will be not enough.
Okay, miss the dryad.
Yes.
All right, so basically you flawlessly go from being prone to rolling back up. You shoot at the dryad, miss, and the boar is coming back around. You stab it in the back, and its divine flesh grudgingly admits your blade for a considerable amount of damage. Divine Ichor comes out of it. You're sort of dragged along behind as the blade is stuck. Who's up next?
I think that's me.
Nice, Sicarius. What'd you like to do?
You got laser beams and stuff that
I
comes out
do
your
have
eyes, right?
laser beams and stuff, but I'm not using a laser beam.
Oh, also, because you're close to the beast now and like being dragged behind it, you can see you used a great axe, right?
Yes.
Sticking out of the beast's left shoulder, about up to here, is a great axe that is embedded like I want to
Nice.
say 12 inches in, just like you can barely see
yeah,
it.
because you had
the
that,
helmet.
that magic one.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the
Great
creature
axe.
has less hit points than it normally would.
Well, that's good at least.
Oh, good. You're welcome.
So I'm really hoping it's not wise, and I'm gonna shoot it with some dissonant whispers.
I gotta make a wisdom save.
Wisdom save.
Oh, no.
For a boar.
7d6.
The
Damage?
primal.
Yeah.
Good God.
Oh, let me actually roll the thing.
What
Okay.
is
That-
Same level.
Oh god.
Same
oh,
roll.
God.
Interesting.
How much is it?
Let me see here. All right, it's a 14.
Yes.
That is a fail. That's a lot of 6s. Alright, 1,
Yahtzee.
13,
You won.
17, 20, 5, 7. 27 damage.
27
And it
damage.
has to run away from me
Okay.
as much as its movement can take it. Yeah, let me see real quick.
You'll have the rule.
Failed save takes
For what?
that much damage.
For Ravnica?
And must immediately use its reaction, if available, to move as far as its speed allows away from me.
Okay. So, rather than do that, at the end of your turn, it's going to spend a legendary action to ignore the effect. You hit it with fearsome magic, and you
Yeah.
see its like face, the muscle sort of twitch like it should be afraid, and then it's just not.
Fuck.
Oh, that's so incredible.
All right. What you got?
I was gonna
Finding a
polymorph
legendary?
into some other giant creature.
Sweet.
that's why I was like, but hang on, that's why I needed the bestiary.
Polymorphing to Boba Rigmus.
Can I? Is it a thing?
What's the
I don't.
monster can you
Unfortunately, I don't know.
Let's look up
creatures.
polymorph.
That's why I was
your
trying to-
Your CR has to be less than, or equal to your
Turn into a
level
demon.
for polymorph, I believe.
Or Sire of Insanity. Or Master of Cruelties.
I know, but I don't. I'm looking for just like something that would actually take out a thing.
Polymorph. Do.
Karin Lich. Ugh.
Nope.
Felidar.
Nope. You don't want that. Copycat.
Why not?
Because Felidars are just large cats.
Yeah, but
Alright,
also
so
it does a
you're-
lot of damage.
Fucking
You
just
can
cat
turn into up to a CR9 creature. Is what it
Holy
seems like.
crap! How do I know what the CRs of these things are?
It's like it should be right near the top.
It is not.
Oh no, then it's.
Is there a chart?
Challenge at the bottom.
Challenge 5.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is only a 5. All right.
Yeah.
I guess. Hang on. Give me just a hot second to look for the highest one I can
You
find.
probably should use your phone. Just Google challenge rating 9.
That's 6.
That's an 8.
8.
I can go up to 9.
Literally, the first thing you find that's a 9, you're just gonna be that.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know what any of this is.
I
So
think
There
there might
Shadow
be-
Horror.
There might be a.
yeah, that works. I'm
Oh,
gonna turn.
sweet. That was
sure.
actually the stat block I used for what's that demon? The Demir one, Surveil 2 bad boy.
Whispering
Holy
demon,
shit.
Demon of Whispers.
A lot of
Anyway.
points.
Madness.
Ooh, this is gonna bother me. So basically, you remember when
Doom Whisperer.
Doom Whisperer, yeah.
That-
Remember when Vargul turned into a different demon that was mostly
Yeah.
hands? That's what you're gonna turn.
All right,
into.
yeah. So I'm gonna use that then for inspiration, and she's gonna polymorph into a shadow horror.
Nice. You gain 1 inspiration also. Turning into monsters to fight the giant monster seems dope.
We are the monsters.
Right? Like she's just kind of like fuck.
We are the watchers in the night.
She's literally never polymorphed before, so for her, that's why she went with the last thing they fought. She's like, I don't have a
I'm gonna
goddamn
spare
idea.
you the Animorph style description.
Oh man.
How dare you boo that?
So I say I'm booing
Like,
despairing.
From her hair
Oh,
grows this like really long, like
The opposite. I wanted
non-see-through
to
cloak and veil, and like her skin turns blue. She gets a little bit bigger, and everything underneath the veil, unless like her arm or leg is sticking directly out, is just a shadow. You can barely see it, and then you just see like these purplish blue eyes like fogging out from underneath because that's what color her eyes are. So I'm assuming she
Sweet.
kept
Do you guys
those.
want to run a magical girl RPG?
Yes.
Yes.
I wouldn't
Transformation.
shoot
But with only monsters. I want us to
Yeah.
turn into only monsters.
I would play.
It's a
the
magical
life
girl
out of
RPG,
that.
but we're the
Please
villains.
do that.
All right.
Yeah, all right.
So the
I'm gonna borrow
Dryad.
this for now.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what magical girl is.
Yes.
First of all, don't
I'm gonna
make
borrow
that
this for
thing.
now for
Yeah,
as
it's
long as
fine.
I'm in this form because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
So I'm gonna shut this because I don't think I need this.
All right. So the Dryad, seeing you become a horrible monster, is going to attempt to deal with you the best way it knows how. Let's see here.
Excellent.
So
I have a shit ton of
Use a
hit
legendary
points.
resistance, right? On my spell.
Yeah.
Okay, because those are finite.
Yeah. It has 2 left. Okay. It's going to try and create a dome of thorns over top of you. It's about
Ooh.
10 feet tall and
Oh,
will
is this thing?
keep you contained.
What's its size?
Look, I don't know.
Wow, it can just do that. Okay. It creates a dome of thorns over you.
Is that a
You
legendary
have
action?
corporeal
No,
movement,
it's
so
Wall
you
of
probably could
Thorns,
just
which is
move
a 6th level
outwards.
spell.
Do I have to like? Can I? Is it something I can just do simultaneously?
I don't know. You act like I've read this before.
I'm saying, are you using
Well, you
that
said that I
as-
have it, so I thought you knew what it meant.
Could move through
A
other
legendary
creatures
action.
and objects as
Huh?
if they were
Are you
difficult
using
to
it as a
resist.
legendary
Five.
action?
No, this is the Conclave Dryad, which is a separate creature.
Oh,
Maybe
right.
that's what I'm not worried about.
Sure, inside my
My
vehicle.
bad.
Yeah, you could just walk through the thing.
Yeah. Conclave Dryad doesn't know that, though.
Yeah.
All right, so top of the initiative, Ilhard the Rage Boar. First thing that happens, the Conclave Dryad disappears. The spell stays, though. Rage Boar is going to charge somebody else. It's going to charge the person in the Wall of Thorns, because fuck it. Rage Boar.
I mean, that adds more damage, right?
Yeah.
That looks like a structure. Must tear it down.
All right.
Buildings are bullshit.
It's going to attack you with disadvantage.
Because I'm.
You may or may not get pushed into a Wall of Thorns as a result. It got a 16 to hit.
Yeah, that beats the armor class.
So you're covered in a wall of thorns, and then you hear, "Rrrr," and you're like, "Oh shit!"
And I
that
can't
Rage
just-
Boar crashes through the
That
thorns.
sucks. I have incorporeal movement, so I
Right.
could just. I don't even have to move. I just have to go ghost.
I love that.
Fighting moves don't work on ghost types. Got him. 15 plus 12 is 28.
Huh?
Making Pokemon jokes up in my game store. 28.
Yeah, this doesn't actually give me like its dimensions. It just gives me its abilities. I'm not, complaining. I'm just saying, customizing a horror. I can
It should say
customize
its
a horror.
size, but like it's so hard to look up
Wait,
like, what the
customize the
sizes
what
are.
now?
Yeah,
Okay.
horror is what
Alright,
she said.
so
yes.
you're going to take 60. No, sorry. 19 damage.
I was about to, that's a huge difference.
60, what?
I was like, geez, 60
this
to
fight's
19? Okay. No, actually, I have 120 hit points. It's a
And
fucking
then it
horror.
will conjure a random elemental creature from the bones of Ravnica, which is a angel with flaming hair, wings, and a great sword.
Ooh.
None of that is
That will act
good.
at the end of the initiative. Lons Al Ghul.
Yes.
It's your go.
I'm gonna stab Rooney him sword.
So you're like hanging off the back of the boar with your sword. Do you throw away your crossbow or carefully stash it and then stab? One option gives you inspiration.
I guess I'll throw away the crossbow.
Hacha! One inspiration!
Come back for it
Ah!
later.
Alright,
I'm gonna try to stab my way
Oh my
up
God.
the thing to get to the axe.
alright.
Is that
I wish I could have done a
actually
skittering horror. These are fucking
That's
nasty.
cocked.
Yeah, I'm a
I know,
large.
but
I'm a large aberration, so I assume that means I'm over 10
There we
feet
go.
tall.
I got a nat
Yeah,
20.
more or less. It was like
Yeah.
a very close. Nat 20?
Yes.
Nice. Roll me that damage.
Is it times 2, right?
Yeah, you roll twice as many dice as you would normally roll.
Jesus.
Oh,
Ooh. Here.
I
I got all the d6s
Uh,
right here.
yeah, some more.
More d6s?
Here you
So
go.
that's 1. Oh, this is enough. There.
Oh my god.
Had I realized that this was my options from the get-go, we would have had a lot of quests
Would've been a
going
different
differently.
campaign.
That's
Every time they got to pitch Shadow Horror,
Hands everywhere.
it.
Scree.
28.
that'd be your go-to. Be your new signet. Like she'd have a personal signet, just
Oh,
a
that's
look.
7.
Just like, yep, that's
Plus 16 is
all about this.
23,
Yep.
Plus 5 is 28.
I think you have to
That's
be
30.
mandatory in the Demir Guild. If
32,
your go-to is Shadow
36.
Horror, you're just like on the rolls.
40.
I mean, she's banging the boss, so I'm pretty sure she's there, whether they like it or not.
You think that's how the organization works? 40
You
damage.
needed help with that.
All right.
Yes, that's true.
So the divine ichor of this creature is now freely flowing. When it touches the ground, there's an explosion of plant life. The vines and trees around you are actually like dancing with like barely contained life and violence. The creature is very badly wounded at this point. It's bloodied. It's
Oh.
below half hit points. All right,
Just might have a chance.
Sicarius.
Alright. I am going to save a spell for no shit moment.
How does
and
Steve
use some
react to
Eldritch
all this
Blast.
happening?
I'm gonna Eldritch Blast the boar and the other thing.
You feel like you're the first person who noticed Steve is actually here and like
Terrible.
back flat against the wall and looking into the middle distance.
Oh, come on. That's
Just
Just
master the
13 for the other creature.
Arv, don't make eye contact.
13 against the Angel. This is gonna miss. She's wearing
Alright.
plate armor.
And the big old boar is 18.
18 hits. Roll damage.
Right. Yeah, that's plus 9. Yeah, plus 9. So that's a D10.
Do you have the
plus
knockback
5.
version of?
I do have the knockback
Do I have to roll a
version.
save for it?
Or
is it just knockback?
No, I think it's just straight knockback, and it's only 10 feet.
Oh my god, that's gonna be so much damage. There's a wall of thorns there.
Oh,
10.
no.
Yeah, 10 damage.
Oh.
All right.
Pretty.
I have a lot of dice.
Is this even a dice?
Like
Yeah,
even
it's
for a
D100
person who's been
beer.
playing
It's a
D&D
D100.
as long as I have, I still have a lot of dice.
It's a forbidden snack, and I want to eat it.
All right.
That
The
one.
job
Recharge
of
5
it.
to 6.
All right. So
That's
you
his
do 10
turns.
damage.
Yes.
And then the wall of thorns does like 76 or something crazy like that. 9, 14, 23, 33 damage. So basically what happens is the whole conflagration kind of ends as the boar is crashing through these thorns, and there's like flinders flying in slow motion as you turn into a demon to get ready to fight it. Then a Eldritch Blast out of the dust hits it, and it doesn't look like it does that much damage, but it stumbles to the left and completely just like it's the full bulk of its body gets impaled on thorns, and it doesn't get up. It actually sort of like starts to deflate, like with a dying scream, it just melts into the earth. And
That
a
was
mile
anticlimactic.
radius around you, there are saplings,
Oh, shit.
and a building falls
kill it?
down.
Fuck yeah.
You killed a god.
Temporarily. They come back.
Still, just like...
I stay the Shadow Horror. I think I have like up to an hour or something. So I'm going to stay a Shadow Horror for a while. She's going to have fun with it too. Like, as things get peaceful and we're just kind of like,
No, the raised board turned into a shadow demon.
as we're all just like like at this point I guess relaxing, like, all right,
Yeah,
I guess we
I
just wait
see
for
that.
Krieg
I
here.
see you
She's
step
gonna
out of there. I'm like,
she's gonna be like making like shadows on the wall and just be like, ooh, like
Right,
she's
like
just gonna be fucking around now. She's like, I'm a ghost.
I see that shadow horror step out of it, and I just like pull up some Eldritch Blast, like, what is that?
She's definitely just fucking around now.
There's a
Like,
conga line of
obviously
weird
playing.
monsters trying to get inside this vault.
She's just like ghosting around. She's enjoying herself. She's gonna stay this way till the hour's up if nothing else shows up.
All right. So you managed to get the vault door closed. The sounds of indescribable violence happen outside, and then there is silence for a while. And then you hear, like, you know when there's like a couple 100,000 people in Scott Stadium just screaming their heads off?
Sure.
It's like that times 10,000.
Are you not entertained?
That's unpleasant.
I was until you dropped that.
Yeah.
A couple of hours pass. The noise comes down in volume a little bit, but it's also because there's now the sound of like instruments, like music playing everywhere.
We did it, guys.
A couple more hours pass. The vault
Probably it was the Rakdos.
clicks open.
Aw.
Hello, Sicarius.
Yeah.
Whose voice is that?
Yeah.
I can't remember the
Who's
name of the
asking?
ogre's name.
Marvin.
Marvin. So
Marvin!
Marvin is wearing
Oh my
like
God!
beaten up Boros armor. He has a bunch of goblins with him. They all have like, most of them just have helmets. Like you can see the scene that happened 5 hours ago where he's in line and they're just like, "Here's your helmet. Here's your sword. Go, go!" Like
Helm's deep in this. bitch.
Marvin, Boros Rescue Squad. Does anyone require assistance? I have food and water, healing potions.
Probably that guy.
Marvin, I am going to
You-
buy
you got hurt.
so
For
many
8
drinks.
damage.
We are gonna take this town by storm, buddy.
Okay.
You're the best.
All right. Smash cut to 80s style music, partying, and then freeze frame, I guess. Does anybody want to give like an epilogue of their character
So Marvin.
post War of the Spark?
Oh, that was it. Like
Yeah, we're done.
Steve got okay.
Yeah. Like I said, me and Marvin are hitting the town, and I'm doing my damnedest
What's
to get him
left
laid.
of the town?
He's a pickle ogre, so we're gonna. It's gonna be a search.
It's
but
time.
Just
It's
because you
more
don't
than-
know who
yeah.
to ask.
What about Fonz Al Ghul? Does he retire to the countryside?
Yeah, Fonz.
Yeah.
Lonzo.
Fonz Al Ghul
He
probably
assumes the new name Lonzo.
opens a comedy
Fonz.
like studio where I can teach people how to do comedy.
I was hoping you would say you let Fonz Al Ghul die in War of the Spark, and Lonzo Al Ghul starts a successful shipping company or something.
Yeah, that would have been the call, but
Nope, stand-up comedy it is.
yeah.
So Lonzo Al Ghul, successful shipping magnate by day. Fonz Al Ghul, Rakdos comedian by night.
Yes.
I like it.
And father as well.
I don't know about that.
All right, what about our sweet bard who has carried us through this adventure?
Alana is almost pretty much the same. Like that's all she wanted was for things to go back to normal. She spends like half her nights at Dustmantle hanging out with Lazav. He doesn't mind her all that much because he knows that she has literally like no interest in whatever they do. She just continues to do what she used to do. She'll on occasion rob people. She's in hijinks. She's a master thief. She's a bad guy. So on occasion, rob and party. It's really all she does most of the time. She lives her life out. She has her sweet apartment. She got her big ass diamond back from Lazav.
Yep. There's a lot of opportunity. A lot of very valuable items have just so happened to change hands during the war. And some people want them back, and some people just want some. So,
Exactly.
yeah,
So
we'll
she's
make
got
some money.
plenty of work. Her life is great.
All right. And Janice, gone but never forgotten.
I'm dead.
They drink in your name.
Well, I
On
would
the
take Marvin.
anniversary
We
of the
find her
War of the
body
Yeah.
if it's still there, and enough time for me to spare
It's
the dying.
not. I was covered
Super
in the
dead.
ichor
Super dead.
of the bowl.
Get
thing
killed by a
and
god.
their
There's no
trees.
comeback from that.
Oh, I was gonna be like,
Trees on my
hey,
body.
hey, Orzov, take this diamond. Go do a thing.
There are
It turns
trees
out
on my
resurrect will
body
work if
now.
you've been run over by the raise board.
Do you want to give the audience a clue to the next project?
Yes. So tune in the next couple weeks or so when we will be telling the story of a DC 1950s vampire who, due to circumstance, is forced to flee DC to a local college town by the name of
District.
Charlottesville
District of Columbia. Okay.
and run a friendly local gaming store.
And
The End Games by
Hutchins
Night, FLGS.
Oh my
We're
God, I
doing
can't
Vampire
wait
the
for this.
Masquerade. It's
Oh,
happening.
snap.
Yeah.
I'm stoked for this.
Stay tuned.
Yes.
Thanks for
Alright.
joining us.
Yes.
Come down to the End Games.
I died.
Sorry, I killed you.
That was the sad. Like it just turned sad. We were like,
Everyone's
"Kill
just
me!"
like,
yeah.
I died.
Like, oh, come on, man. They go a little hard.